welcome back. Today we're going to revise apostrophes. They can be tricky, so we're going to go through step by step. Apostrophes can be used for omission or contraction. This means that a letter is missing. An easy way to remember this is the root word for omission is miss, shows us a letter is missing, and we need to use an apostrophe instead. Let's have a look at these words. In can't, we have the O missing, so the apostrophe is in its place. The same in didn't, short for did not, we put an apostrophe where O should be. Hasn't, the same, apostrophe where the O is missing. Couldn't, again, the apostrophe is where the O is missing, and it's clearly between the N and the T, where the O would be found. It is short for it is. The apostrophe goes between the T and the S, where the I should be. I'll is short for I will. The letters W and I are missing. We still put the apostrophe to show that where the letters should be. You need to make it clear when you're writing where the apostrophe should be, or in a test you may get it marked wrong. If you just put the apostrophe over the T, it's not in the right place, it's not showing us which letter is missing. Sometimes people like to put it between the do and the not, but there's no letter missing here, so that would not be right. You need to clearly place the apostrophe between the N and the T, where the O is missing. Pause the video and have a go at this challenge. Can you write these words as contractions? Do not will become don't. The words have been pushed together, and where the O is missing is an apostrophe. They have, they've. HA is missing, the word's been pushed together, and an apostrophe has been put where H and A are missing. They are become there. Cannot becomes can't. I have becomes I've. Remember there's two letters missing there. We are becomes we're. These are slightly trickier because the words change altogether. So will not becomes won't. We still put the apostrophe in the not part. And shall not becomes shan't. And although there's two L's missing as well, we still only put the apostrophe where the O is missing. Now you can be the teacher. Pause the video, read these sentences and decide which one is correct. I can't see very well in this fog. This isn't how we spell can't, so that one's not right. I can't see very well in the fog. Ah, this one has an apostrophe, but it's not in the right place. There's no letter missing there. I can't see very well in this fog. Still not right, it's more like can't. I can't see very well in this fog. This time, we've got the apostrophe in the right place. It's the final sentence, which is correct. Now we're going to have a look at how the apostrophe can be used for possession. An apostrophe can be used to show that one thing belongs to or is connected to something. This is called a possessive apostrophe. So it can be singular when the thing belongs to one person or one object. So one boy, one dog, one bucket. Then we have the apostrophe before the S. If it's plural and there's lots of boys or lots of dogs or lots of buckets, then the apostrophe goes after the S to show that there's more than one. In these examples, the sentence is almost the same. The dog's paws were muddy. The dog's paws were muddy. But the apostrophe helps us to understand if there's one dog or more than one dog. So here we have the dog's paws were muddy. There's only one dog with muddy paws. On this one, the dog's paws were muddy. There's lots of dogs and they all had muddy paws. Here we have the boys' pens were in a pot. We also have the boys' pens were in a pot. If we just read it, they sound the same, but you need to look at the position of the apostrophe. So where there's one boy and lots of pens, or lots of boys and lots of pens. The boys' pens were in the pot. One boy. The boys' pens were in a pot. More than one boy. Pause the video and now it's your turn. Have a look and see which of these sentences show singular possession and which show plural possession. Unpause the video when you're ready to check your answers. Let's have a look at this first one. It's Jazzpal's birthday next week. Just to trick you, we have got an apostrophe in here. This is not possession. That's short for it is Jazzpal's birthday next week. It's Jazzpal's birthday. One Jazzpal, one birthday. Singular. The girls' cloakroom was very messy. Here the apostrophe is after the S. The cloakroom belongs to lots of girls. It's plural. Can you find the baby's rattle? The rattle belongs to the baby. There's one baby, so that's singular. The elephant's trumpet sounded through the forest. This time we need to look carefully at the placement of the apostrophe. It's after the S. This tells us that the trumpet belongs to lots of elephants. It's plural. I can't remember the song's words. Don't forget, this is an apostrophe for omission. I cannot remember the song's words. How many songs are there? It's the words of the song, one song, because the apostrophe is before the S. It's singular. But what if the noun is already plural? How do we show possession then? So child would be the singular, and now it's been made into children, which is the plural. If we've got a plural already, then we do apostrophe S. So there's lots of children, but they're already in a group, so apostrophe S. Goose becomes geese, because there's lots of geese, it's already the plural, then we say apostrophe S. Mice, from mouse, it's already become plural, because the plural is already there, we then do apostrophe S. Pause the video and have a go at this. You've got the root word here. How are you going to make it the possessive apostrophe within the sentence? Unpause the video when you're ready to check the answers. So here we have team. The team's manager was sacked. It's already a plural, so we need apostrophe S. People is the plural for person. It was over after the people's protest. People's, already plural, so we need apostrophe S. The postman, plural for postman. The postman's letters were put into their bags. Postman is plural, so it's apostrophe S. Now we come to its, which is slightly trickier. It's with an apostrophe means it is or it has. But it with an apostrophe is never used for the possessive, even if something belongs to that it. Let me show you. It's time for bed. It is time for bed needs an apostrophe. The sun is out, but it's very cold. It is very cold. It's short for it is. So it needs an apostrophe. However, the dog wanted its dinner. The dinner belongs to the dog, but there's no apostrophe this time. Its skin is green and slimy. The skin belongs to it, but it doesn't have an apostrophe. Its skin is green and slimy. Now it's your turn. Pause the video while you decide whether it's it with an apostrophe or its possession in these sentences. Unpause the video when you are ready to check the answers. Here we have, it's a lovely day to go to the beach. It is a lovely day to go to the beach. It's best to check it. If you can say it is, then you know it needs an apostrophe. The second one, the oak tree loses its leaves in winter. This time the leaves belong to the tree, so we have no apostrophe for possession. This fish is too big for its tank. The tank belongs to the fish, so there is no apostrophe. It's been a fabulous night. It has been a fabulous night. So we know it needs an apostrophe because we can change the it's into it has. Pause the video again. This is quiz time for you. Have a look at these book titles and decide whether the apostrophe is being used for possession, and write a P, or contraction, and write a C. Unpause the video when you're ready to find the answers. Now we're going to check your answers. There's a walrus in my bed is the title. The apostrophe is here. It's short for there is. So it's a contraction. The next book is Mama Panya's Pancakes. The apostrophe is here. The pancakes belong to Mama Panya. This one is possession. Mia's story. It's the story of Mia. So this one uses the apostrophe for possession. It's a book. It's a great book. The apostrophe is in its. Now remember what we said? If the apostrophe is in its, it's short for it is. So it's a contraction. And finally, can't you sleep, little bear? The apostrophe is in can't, short for cannot. So we have another contraction. Now I have a challenge for you. Pause the video while you write out this text. Add in all the punctuation. You need to look for apostrophes for possession and apostrophes for contraction. The rest of the punctuation should be right. Unpause the video when you want to check your answers. Right, let's see how you've done. First one you should have found is it's in It's Time to Go. It's short for it is. I am too tired, a contraction. Today is the first day of the holidays. Today is the first day of the holidays, a contraction. I shouldn't have to get up so early. Should not have to get up so early. In the hall, Zach's sisters were running around excitedly. Should have got Zach's. Although there's lots of sisters, there's only one Zach, so the apostrophe goes before the S. It was his cousin's wedding. Cousin's wedding. The wedding belongs to the cousin. Apostrophe S. Let's not argue, Zach. Let us not argue, Zach. A contraction. There's no chance you're staying in bed today. There is no chance you are staying in bed today. Both contractions. So, how did you do? Hopefully now you can use the apostrophe for contractions where a letter is missing, and also for possession, both plural and singular. While you're reading your book, see if you can spot how the apostrophe has been used. Thank you for joining us, and remember, keep reading.